Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. I got a bunch of entertainment news for you today, but before we get into that, I have to thank my newest member of the Ping Pong Flix Show. The newest member is Designated Pile Driver. Wow, what a name. Thank you so much for joining the Ping Pong Flix Show members family. I truly appreciate it. Also, thank you to all the subscribers and members as well. All right, let's get into our topics of the day. The first topic of the day is there's another teaser from M. Night Shyamalan's Old. Now, I was telling you, right? It's a countdown. So we definitely had the 5, 4. Now it's 3. And this is the little teaser here. So it's just a couple, kids going onto the beach, and they look inside look inside a cave. So there's definitely, this is still the beginning stages of they're having fun, they're exploring. We don't know what exactly is going to happen once they get into the cave. Maybe they see something scary. I don't know, but something's messed up. Something's definitely messed up in this movie, and I can't wait to find out what that is. So tomorrow, there'll definitely 2. What is going to happen? I'm kind of curious. It really is making me like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, here we go, 5, 4, 3. We're going to see something weird going to happen. I think it really is. That's what's going to happen. All right. So the next thing, and speaking of thrillers and suspenseful films, probably maybe there's a new take on a Dracula film. This is coming from Boris Kitt from The Hollywood Reporter. He says exclusive Nomadland filmmaker Chloe Zhao tackling Universal's monsters with a new take on Dracula. Yeah. So now it says Nomadland, but a lot of other sites were, calling her the Eternals director, which she is. She's the Marvel Eternals director for the movie, the Eternals. So she will write, direct, and produce through her production company, Highwayman. Zhao has teamed up with Universal Pictures to join studio's classic film monster repertoire, developing a feature project based on the most famous vampire of all, Dracula. Now, this new Dracula project, however, will be a far cry from the more traditional or even modern incarnations made over the years. Details are kept in the coffin. Hilarious. But Zhao's version is described as an original, futuristic sci-fi western. What? Themes of being on society's fringes, sometimes Zhao has tackled in her previous work, will course through the project's veins. Chloe's singular lens shines a light on stories of the overlooked and misunderstood, said Universal Pictures president Peter Kramer. We are thrilled to be working with her as she reimagines one of the most iconic outsider characters ever created. Now, Zhao said this: I've always been fascinated by vampires and the concept of the other they embody. I'm very excited to work with Donna, Peter, and the team at Universal to reimagine such a beloved character. Okay, so very intriguing. I think the part that I'm not like, we've seen so many Dracula movies and vampire movies. There's as much vampire movies as zombie movies, right? But the cool thing about what Zack Snyder is doing, he's bringing a new take to Army of the Dead. Some of the stuff you may have not heard, but I've heard. It's going to be bonkers and crazy and something totally different. When I'm hearing that this is going to be a futuristic sci-fi western, that just is music to my ears. Future, sci-fi, western. I'm sold, and horror elements as well. So I'm really sold on this, and just the hearing of it. But I still, I'm really curious how that's going to turn out. Now, Universal has been trying to do their Universal Monsters thing, and that whole shared universe just came kaput. Okay, it's gone. Johnny Depp, Javier Bardem. I think that's all gone now. But with the reinvention of it, with the Invisible Man, that was a good movie. The Invisible Man was an incredible movie. I love that movie. I knew what was going to happen at the end, but still, it's still awesome to see at the towards the end of the movie, and everything about it was awesome. It was a fantastic film. So if it goes on this route of being that, of how it's more filmmaker driven, right? And they're able to put all these different monsters in their own films, and yeah, they could maybe connect later on, but that's not the focus. The focus is not shared universe right now, but it's just to make their own movie right now, and they're playing it safe. But it paid off with the Invisible Man. So I think Dracula could definitely pay off with Chloe Zhao as well. So I'm really intrigued to see this, and very curious to see if this will reinvigorate the whole vampire genre once again. And I'm really curious to see if I get into more vampire films again, or not, or is this going to really stretch out to something that's completely original and really special as well. All right, what's the next film? It's kind of weird. Okay, the next film is not anything that we've thought they would have ever made, but they are making it. Yeah, a film adaptation of Uno? What? Yeah, seriously, Uno, the card game. I'm not kidding. The Hollywood, I thought I was getting punked here, but no, it's for real. The rapper Lil Yachty, is that how it says his name? And Mattel are teaming on a future adaptation of the popular children's card game Uno. What? That? I mean, what? That, okay, I guess. That's interesting. But here, get this. This is what they're talking about. How this game's gonna, how this movie is going to be. So apparently, it's going to be an action heist comedy set in the underground hip hop world of Atlanta. Yachty is attached to produce with an eye to star in the movie. I don't know about this. So Mattel's Robbie Brenner says that Uno is a game that transcends generations and cultures, and we look forward to partnering with Lil Yachty as well as with Coach P and Brian Scher to transform the classic Uno game into a comedy action adventure. Boy, I'm curious if this will come out, because there were rumors about, the Hippo game was supposed to come out as a movie too. Now they're going to make this. Mattel's Hollywood projects include the Barbie movie though, so that's happening. There's also the Daniel Kaluuya Barney feature, and Hot Wheels. So yeah, I guess why not? Why not Uno? I don't know how this is going to turn out, but this really perked my interest because I was like, what? Are they serious? They really digging down in the well this time. But hey, if they could make a really cool movie based on the Uno game, yeah, let's see what they can come up with that. Yeah. But yeah, very strange. Well, the DC portion of the show is going to be about the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad apparently is 100% full James Gunn control. Yeah, he has 100% control on this, apparently. James Gunn tweeted this out. The Suicide Squad is fully finished and cut, and I made every single choice, and they never once even slightly interfered. They gave very few notes. They were usually good and minor, and I took them if I wanted to and didn't if I didn't want to. Warner's was creatively amazing. Really? Wow, that's an interesting take there, because that's kind of different from all the other directors we've heard about so far. Okay, like just recently, Kathy Ann has come out and said that, yeah, Birds of Prey wasn't my full control either, and that's still the Walter Hamada Tobias Emmerich team here. So I'm wondering, just like Kathy Ann, just like David Ayer, before the movie comes out, right up to the moment that movie even releases, right after, they were all like, oh no, this is my movie. This is the movie we wanted. This is the movie we made. Blah, 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 And then, months later, even years later, come to find out that's not the case. Like I said, David Ayer, Kathy Yan. Now, I don't know about David Sandberg. He has yet to say anything much about if anything was wrong with his film or not, if any changes. James Wan had said that there were a few things that that they made him change and alter as well, but not to the extent of David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and I don't know what the extent of Birds of Prey, but judging from Kathy Yan's comments the other day, it sounds like it's kind of more on the extensive side than the minor side, right? So I'm wondering if this comment is just because, and rightfully so, to be, to kind of protect your reputation here and the company that you're working for and the movie that's going to come out. You don't want any bad juju. You don't want to be revealing that, oh, this is not the movie I wanted to make right before it comes out. This kind of stuff probably revealed after, if it is. But if he truly did get 100% full creative control on this thing, that's good for him. I think that's very rare that happens. And I think we should commend when that happens. And I hope it happens more often. But let's see. Let's see how much of it is recognizable and which of it can we tell that has changes or not. But it looks like he's proud of his film, and I think it'll be a pretty good one at that. And I look forward to seeing The Suicide Squad coming out later this year, August 6th, I believe, 2021. On HBO Max, by the way, and in theaters. All right. Now, because I was talking about David F. Sandberg, how maybe did he have any changes or not or anything like that? Well, I don't know. But he is making Shazam 2, right? And apparently, once again, someone is coming out, another site is coming out called the Hashtag Show, which gets a lot of, interviews and so on and so forth. But apparently they have a source that says that Superman returns in Shazam 2. This is their thing here. Henry Cavill returns as Superman in Shazam 2. Now, all they can say is that their sources are telling us that Henry Cavill is returning, and it's only because it's based on casting information, a casting grid of the upcoming DC film. Henry Cavill is listed as the member of the cast. Henry Cavill is listed on the casting grid now, right? That's the big part. I mean, that's more official type, because Ray Fisher was on the casting grid of The Flash. And then you see, when you see other movies, they have these casting grids and they come out, they have their name on it and things like that. It's on there. But not necessarily, things can change, just like Flash. There's a lot of things can change in the works and things like that. And it doesn't necessarily end up being in the final film. They don't actually get to shoot them or not. So that there's still something there. I can imagine that he might have been supposed to be in the casting grid for the first one, maybe as a cameo. He's on the second one now, right? He's on the second one. But there's a lot of things going on with that. And I've, had talked to a few other people who said that he was on the casting grid, and they would probably lean towards that he will definitely show up in Shazam 2 rather than not. Aside from The Witcher and everything, this lends to the more likeliness that Henry Cavill will show up and return as Superman in Shazam 2. How big is his appearance? It'll be pretty hilarious if this time around they just show a shot of his head. I'm just kidding. But if he does show up, I don't know how extensive it's going to be. They're calling it just says appears. He'll make an appearance. It doesn't say much in how he fits into story or not, and how much of him is going to be in the story. Is it just going to be a cameo? I kind of wonder that maybe more than a cameo, because from before, I didn't think he wanted to show up on Shazam 1 just for a little interaction. I would think that Danny Garcia, who's shooting for her second star, aside from Dwayne The Rock Johnson, her second star to actually have a bigger role in wherever he's plugged in. So that's why she's probably pretty happy that he's in the Snyder Cut, because it's a big thing. It could be successful for him. It could mean more contracts for him. And Shazam 2, he's going to be Superman again. She'd probably want him to have a bigger role in that movie. Whether, I don't know if it's going to be to kind of train Billy Batson or not, or is he's going to be on his own. He flies in to help with something. Don't know. But I would probably want to guess that she'd try to shoot for him to have a bigger appearance role than as if he appeared in Shazam 1. That's my guess. I think that's where they want to go with that. So I'm excited. I think Henry Cavill should definitely get more features as Superman. And if this one way to get him to get his real solo movie in Superman, hey, go ahead, man. That'll be pretty nuts. And like everything else, everything starts with the Snyder Cut. So that's coming out. Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out later this year in 41 days. 41 days, the Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to drop, guys. Can you remember that time when it wasn't going to drop? Like we were fighting for it to release. It seems like years now, but it was just last year. Zack Snyder's Justice League, there is a trailer though, right? There is a trailer that is coming out, and that is within when it was the 14th. Right now, it's the 4th. So less than 10 days now, we are going to get to see the next Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer. And now we have a reveal of the trailer drop time. Now, this is coming from the event organizers for this event that is coming out on that day. And it's another hashtag event. Zack Attack exactly 3 hours after event begins. And I've verified it and qualified that the Zack Attack is the trailer, the Justice League trailer. It's going to be exactly 3 hours after this event begins. So if you look at these times here, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, you can look at these times here. So for instance, on my time, it's 6:14. Well, Pacific Standard Time, that's like California, West Coast, 6:14 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 3 hours after that is 9:14 a.m. So at 9:14 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when the Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer 2 is going to drop, including like if it's EST, add 3 hours to that. That's 12:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer 2 is going to drop. That's awesome. That's great. And so I'm guessing they're thinking if you start trending that hashtag, the Snyder Cut, before then, maybe about 3 hours before then, it will ratchet up. And then when the trailer drops, that's when the world just takes over. I mean, the mainstream just takes over off of that. You can continue doing the hashtag if you want to. And not just Snyder Cut. I think there's the same event, I guess, on where it has both hashtags, Zack Snyder's Justice League, hashtag Snyder Cut. Feel free to use both, use one, I don't care. But especially just celebrate. Just celebrate on that day. 2/14. I know it's a Valentine's Day, but usual Valentine's Day things happen at the nighttime. And maybe there's some people who are nighttime around here, but for America, it's nighttime. So just say, hey, honey, just hold off a bit, okay? I'll give you my full attention later on. But I just gotta do something right now. There's a trailer. There's a Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer right now. I have to give my love to that before I give my love to you, something like that, But February 14th is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I can't figure out what's going to be on the trailer. I'm imagining it's going to be a story-based trailer. It's got to be a story-based trailer where it kind of shows you what's going on with this movie and stuff like that, but enough content in there that for the regular old, Joe, he would just look at it and say, I remember watching something like that in theaters, and that don't look like the thing that I saw in theaters. That looks different, and I'm really interested. I want to see it. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's how it's going to be done for that. But yeah, anyway, start trending worldwide if you want to participate on this, and or do it this way, whatever, hashtag Zack Snyder Justice League Snyder Cut, whatever the case. The trailer is dropping 9:14 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 7:14 a.m. my time. I'll be awake. That's very good. So I will be doing a reaction to that, of course, and breaking that down. It's going to be an incredible morning, and I can't wait to partake in that. I think you all can't wait either. So the biggest movie that's coming out this year. All right. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click on the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time.